recovered enough to do this.
Well, he did. Seated senton. And Mysterio starting to roll here. Crossbody, lateral press.
Yo, champs. Back again on Wrestle Scope Daily with the latest WWE talk. Don't miss out. Subscribe, and let's jump in. The wrestling world is united in reflection and remembrance following the passing of Rey Mysterio Sr., one of the most influential figures in Lucha Libre's long and storied history. At 66, his journey came to an end, leaving behind a legacy that shaped not only Mexican wrestling, but the global landscape of professional wrestling as a whole. His contributions stretched far beyond wins and losses. He was a teacher, a visionary, and a man whose passion for Lucha Libre radiated through every performer he touched. The news of his passing has brought fans and wrestlers together, prompting an outpouring of gratitude for a man whose fingerprints can still be seen on every high-flying match that captivates audiences today. A pioneer whose vision changed Lucha Libre forever. Rey Mysterio Sr., born Miguel Angel Lopez Diaz, emerged in the 1970s with a style and spirit unlike anything the wrestling scene had witnessed. At a time when tradition held firm boundaries, he pushed the art form into new territory, blending the storytelling of classic Mexican wrestling with aerial innovation that would become the blueprint for future generations. Though he was not the largest wrestler in the ring, nor the most politically connected, his creativity and athleticism set him apart. He understood that wrestling could evolve while still honoring its roots, and through his performances, he demonstrated that heart, intelligence, and imagination could revolutionize an entire sport. The mentor behind countless careers. While Rey Mysterio Sr. enjoyed a respected in-ring career, his true calling was teaching. His training style was demanding yet nurturing, rooted in the belief that wrestling was not just a physical craft, but an emotional and psychological journey. He taught his students not only how to execute moves, but how to make those moves matter, how to connect with audiences, and how to protect the integrity of the art form. His most famous student, of course, was his nephew Rey Mysterio Jr., but his influence extended far beyond one superstar. Generations of luchadors, many who later rose to global prominence, credit him as the foundation of their success and as the person who instilled in them the confidence to dream big. A bond between mentor and protege that inspired the world. The relationship between Rey Mysterio Sr. and Rey Mysterio Jr. transcended wrestling. For Rey Jr., his uncle was a guiding light, a father figure, and a pillar of support during some of the most formative years of his life. From the early days of training in humble gyms to watching Rey Jr. rise to international acclaim, Rey Sr. took immense pride in seeing his nephew flourish. Their bond became a central part of wrestling folklore, representing the best of what Lucha Libre teaches: respect, discipline, heritage, and love for the craft. Every success Rey Jr. achieved became a testament to the dedication and sacrifice of the man who believed in him long before the world did. A legacy. Felt in every high-flying match around the globe. The modern wrestling style that fans adore, fast-paced sequences, breathtaking aerial techniques, and fluid improvisation, can be traced directly to the work and innovation of Rey Mysterio Sr. Long before these elements became common on mainstream television, Rey Sr. was perfecting them in local arenas, teaching young wrestlers how to move as though gravity was simply another challenge to overcome. The techniques he helped create were carried from small Mexican venues to major promotions across the world, eventually becoming staples of matches in WCW, WWE, Japan, Europe, and throughout Latin America. Whenever you see a springboard maneuver or a beautifully timed Hurricane Rana, you are witnessing his influence. A life dedicated to craft, community, and cultural pride. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s contributions were not solely physical. He was also a guardian of Lucha Libre's cultural and emotional power. He believed wrestling was a form of expression that carried the spirit of Mexico's history and traditions. Through his work, he helped elevate the portrayal of Mexican wrestlers on global stages, showing that even performers without imposing size or conventional backgrounds could captivate audiences and succeed at the highest levels. In an industry where stereotypes once limited opportunities, he opened doors for countless wrestlers to proudly represent their heritage without compromise. A humble pioneer whose influence outshined his fame. Despite being a foundational figure of modern wrestling, Rey Mysterio Sr. lived modestly and often away from the spotlight. The nature of the industry at the time meant that trainers and innovators did not always receive the recognition that modern performers enjoy, yet Rey Sr. never allowed that to diminish his commitment. He continued teaching, sharing his knowledge, and investing in the future of lucha libre with unwavering dedication. His satisfaction came not from accolades, but from watching young wrestlers grow, succeed, and carry the torch he had lit decades earlier. The wrestling community unites in remembrance. Across the world, wrestlers, trainers, fans, and promoters have paid tribute to Rey Mysterio Sr., sharing stories of his kindness, creativity, and impact. Whether they met him personally or learned indirectly through his students, each tribute carries the same message. The wrestling world is better because of him. Lucha Libre, legends, global superstars, and rising talents alike have expressed gratitude for the doors he opened and the lessons he passed down. The respect shown in the wake of his passing reflects the profound way he shaped the industry, not by demanding attention, but by consistently uplifting others. A final farewell. From the man he helped. Shape, Rey Mysterio Jr.'s emotional tribute to his uncle reminded the world of the personal and familial ties that make wrestling more than a profession. His words captured the deep bond they shared and the immense gratitude he felt for the man who changed his life. For fans who watched Rey Jr.'s journey from the early days of his career to becoming an international icon, it was a poignant reminder that behind every great performer is someone who believed in them first. The grief expressed by Rey Jr. echoed through the hearts of fans everywhere who understood just how significant Rey Sr.'s role had been in shaping the legends we celebrate today. Carrying the torch forward. As the wrestling world moves forward, Rey Mysterio Sr.'s legacy will live on not only in the moves performed inside the ring, but in the values he instilled in generations of wrestlers: discipline, humility, creativity, and passion. The younger members of the Mysterio family, now stepping into their own roles within the industry, carry his teachings with them and represent the next chapter of a dynasty built on heart and tradition. Wrestlers he trained, directly or indirectly, continue to pass on his methods and philosophies, ensuring that his influence remains woven into the fabric of wrestling's future. A legend whose impact will never fade. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s passing marks the closing of an important chapter in wrestling history, but his legacy remains vibrant and everlasting. His innovations shaped the style of an entire generation, his wisdom molded some of wrestling's most celebrated talents, and his spirit will continue to inspire those who dare to dream beyond limitations. Though the wrestling world mourns, it also celebrates a life lived with purpose and passion, a life devoted to uplifting others and expanding the possibilities of what wrestling could be. The arenas he once graced, the students he taught, and the countless fans he impacted will carry his memory forward with pride.